online and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
We begin tonight with breaking news. A search has been called off for a missing hunter in Walsh County. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Krista Boehm. The Grand Forks Herald says authorities have been searching since 10 this morning in the southwest corner of the county in Stoddard Township. The sheriff there says a 45-year-old man was last heard from by his wife around 8 p.m. last night. The report says that crews found his ATV tipped over and his pickup nearby. The search is expected to continue tomorrow. And you can follow the latest on this on Valley News Live along with our Facebook page. Just search Valley News Live, like our page, and you'll stay informed throughout the entire day. 3 men have been arrested in connection to an armed robbery after a SWAT team assisted in executing a search warrant last night. Rico Brown, Tommy Trent, and Kadeem Muhammad were arrested for the Taco John's armed robbery where an employee was shot in September. Authorities say that all 3 men knew one another, but they are not sure if the robbery was gang-related. The SWAT team was called in to clear the house in North Fargo Friday night before police conducted their search. SWAT was involved because authorities knew the people inside had previous criminal history and also had information leading them to believe there were weapons inside.
We felt it was prudent for us to ensure the safety of everyone involved, including our officers, including the public, and also the people that we were looking for.
The investigation is ongoing, and police say it's possible more people will be arrested for their involvement in the robbery. Well, the Bison returned home with a new look, and it proves to be working for them. Alex Egan joins us early with some incredible highlights. Alex?
Hey, thanks, Krista. Easton Sticks first start at the Fargo Dome against a Western Illinois team who has not lost in Fargo in their only 2 previous trips. A new look, as Krista mentioned, and an even better looking scoreboard. Playoff implications on the line for both sides. Western desperate for a win, but the Bison, they started off hot. And with what I'm calling the catch of the season for NDSU, Zach Vraugh with this catch, oh, what a beauty, moves into a tie for most receiving touchdowns in school history, and what a way to do it. You'll be seeing this one on a lot of channels tonight. The defense gets in on the act as well. Pierre G. Tucker would have a 36-yard pick six, and from there the Bison just kept on scoring. They would take a 38-0 lead at the half and go on to win 59-7. Stick throws for 4 touchdowns, and the Bison improved to 7-2 overall and 6-1 in the Missouri Valley. In just a few minutes, we'll have complete highlights, and we'll hear from Coach Kleiman after the win. Krista?
All right, thank you, Alex. We'll, of course, have more tonight, and then more on Valley News Live, 10 at 10. And it's been a cooler but calm kind of Saturday out there. Let's check in with Robert Hahn to see if the calm will last. Robert?
Yeah, pretty nice day today, an even nicer day on tap for your Sunday. Overnight tonight, a quiet night, just a few high, thin cirrus clouds streaming through from time to time. Today's temperatures right now have dipped down into the 30s and 40s, 36 in Roseau, 39 Langdon, Bemidji, and Valley City. We're at 44 right now here in the Fargo-Moorhead area. We're going to dip down into the 30s across the region as we head through the overnight hours, maybe a few upper 20s across the far north. There are those cirrus clouds that'll continue to slide on through as we head through this evening. Northern lights may be out again tonight, not anticipating them to be as strong as last night, but they could be out nonetheless. And we'll have less cloudiness to deal with tonight as well. Underneath what few clouds we have, no precipitation out there. As we head through the rest of the evening here in Fargo by 7 o'clock into the low 40s, right around 40 at 8 o'clock. And temperatures will continue to slowly drop on off into the upper 30s by 9 o'clock with a southerly breeze. Again, if you like today, you're going to love Sunday, but we do have some changes to talk about on that 7-day forecast, and we'll detail that coming up in just a few minutes.
Shanley High School's football game did not start off with its usual prayer, as Shanley disputes what it says is a North Dakota Activity Association decision to ban praying before a football game. Players took the field without the usual prayer over the PA system. On Valley News Live 10 at 10, some parents say the spirit of prayer was still with them before kickoff. And you may want to check your fridge. The Cloverdale Foods Company is recalling more than 5,000 pounds of product. Beef and pork jalapeno cheddar bratwurst was incorrectly labeled as beef frankfurters and contains milk, a known allergen which is not declared on the product label. The recall includes 10-ounce packages labeled as Teton Waters Ranch Uncured Beef Frankfurters, with the use by dates of December 5th and 16th of this year. These items were shipped to 3 distributors and then distributed nationwide. There have been no confirmed reports of adverse reactions. Anyone concerned should contact a healthcare provider. These products should not be eaten, but rather thrown away or returned to the place of purchase. A golf course is looking for who is responsible after its green was ripped apart, causing thousands of dollars in damages. The Grand Forks County Sheriff's Office says a vehicle drove onto the 3 and 4 fairway at Northwood Golf Course and tore up the green sometime Thursday or Friday. Damage to the course is over $4,000. And if you have any information, call the Grand Forks County Sheriff's Office. Some good news for chicken and turkey farmers. Agricultural officials have declared commercial farms infected by the avian flu to restock. A vet from USDA says all but 5 of the 219 farms affected from the virus nationwide have been given approval. The virus first surfaced in December on the West Coast and spread over 6 months to 15 states, resulting in the death of 48 million birds. Many of us have heard about painting the roses red, but not many have heard about painting the trees white. The movement is all to help save the beavers. Today, dozens came out to Trefoil Park in North Fargo armed with paint and brushes. The group plans to cover 1,300 trees with beaver repellent. Experts say each can of paint is mixed with sand. Animals will leave the trees alone because of the gritty texture on the trees. The beaver backers pushed for using environmentally friendly paint after the Fargo Park District voted to approve killing beavers along the Red River.
We had heard about it and we felt that that no animal should have to go through the suffering of dying in a lethal trap. We felt it was very inhumane, and not only would there be beavers that would go into these traps, but other animals could go in there too.
Painting the trees is a process the group plans to do every year to every 3 years. If you'd like to help, we have more information on valleynewslive.com. Just look for this story. Typical 10-year-olds have a birthday wish list a mile long, but there's one Fargo girl who isn't so typical. You won't find a pile of gifts at her party. Instead, she saw her day as a way to help out a friend. Valley News Team's Macy Anger spoke with the birthday girl and her idea for a benefit birthday.
Taylin Alm went to the movies to celebrate her big day. And there's a reason she picked to watch Annie.
I thought for my next birthday party, it would be nice to help her and her family out.
The Annie she knows isn't an orphan. And while neither of the little girls appear on the big screen, Taylin is playing a big role in Annie's life.
I just want to help as much as I can.
Instead of giving gifts, she asked her friends to donate money to Annie.
She is missing her fibula bone in her left leg, which caused her to have an underdeveloped foot on the left side. We chose amputation after many doctor's visits.
Annie has to get a new prosthetic leg every 9 months as she grows up. Years ago, we caught up with Annie when she was just 3 years old. At that time, she was on her 5th leg. Today, at 6 years old, she is on her 8th.
I think I'm just emotionally overwhelmed. It's such a sweet thing for such a young girl to be able to do that, and we're very appreciative of everything. So,
to know that, not a lot of 9 going on 10-year-olds would think of something like that, it makes me very proud.
And while it may be a hard knock life, you never know it when talking to Annie.
I was thinking that it would be pretty cool because then my mom told me that she even's going to have the Annie movie on.
Especially when she has friends to help her remember you're never fully dressed without a smile. In Fargo, Macy Inger, Valley News Live.
All the money raised will be saved and will help Annie as she grows older. And if you'd like to follow Annie's progress or help the family out, we have a link on our website. Just go to valleynewslive.com and click on this story. And later on Valley News Live at 6, a $1 million sell to Donald Trump. One man is looking to sell his website, Fit for Trump, as he takes the SNL stage.
As we head through the overnight hours tonight, just a few high, thin cirrus clouds from time to time. That after a very nice day today. If you like today, you're going to love Sunday. Your forecast details on the second half of the weekend coming up right after this.